Aloha mai kako. Welcome to a new episode of What School You Went. Start every conversation with that question. I'm Ron Mizutani. And today we're talking about a young man. I want to dive into his personal life because it means a lot to me as well. But also somebody who's part of an organization that focuses on tomorrow's leaders. Talking about the Center for Tomorrow's Leaders, been in existence since 2003, engaging in equipping and empowering young leaders for Hawaii. I want to welcome Chaz Mihara. You are the Ambassadors Program Supervisor and Student Leadership Facilitator.
Correct.
Aloha, Chaz. Welcome to PBS Hawaii.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
Oh, it's a pleasure to have you here. And I want to learn more about you because I see some things in here that of interest to me because it was interest to me when I was about your age. Before we go any further, though, what school you went? I
went to Pro City High School.
Ah, you're a Charger.
Yep.
Lifer Pro City?
Yes.
Pro City's finest. You're young. They're younger than I am. Was Pro City Tavern still around when you were younger?
Oh, that I'm not quite sure.
Okay, then you would have been like, yes. So, yeah, there's so many great memories of what Pro City looked like. It has evolved.
Yeah.
The city really has evolved. And when you were at Pro City High School, what was your experience like as being a Charger? It was at the time when I was growing up, it was a smaller, a newer school, but it has evolved into a great institution. A lot of people, alumni, it's very famous, have come out of Pro City. What's your thoughts on being a Charger?
Oh, I love it. I'm still a part of the school and very much. So I've been around in terms of volleyball. So I help coach volleyball over there. I'm an assistant AD over there. So it's just being around campus. It's been so awesome. I'm such a proud alum of that place. So many fond memories of just different experiences that I've done over there. And I kind of did a little bit of, everything, like unique experiences, like to being homecoming chair my senior year to working in the CAF during lunch, so doing service that way. I just did a little bit of everything, and a lot of teachers, a lot of admin did a lot of things to support me while I was there, and I'm very grateful for that. So
So you have no excuse for this next request then, because if you're still very much a part of the school, I got to ask you, can you sing me a verse of your alma mater?
I can.
Please do so.
I can. Pro City High School, alma mater dear. We are proud, loyal, and true to our name we hold up high. From the Ko'olau Range we come forth, ready to accept the right. For we are strong, honest, and true to the Pro City High.
Wow. Okay. Jesse, we've done about 170 of these programs. That's the best alma mater rendition. Right up there, top 2 or 3.
First one to do the whole
Oh, sorry. I got carried away.
No, I love it.
I apologize.
And the tone was perfect. You hit every note. And you sang with pride, and I could hear that. Thank you for that. Appreciate that very much, Chad. Besides, you have a beautiful voice.
Oh, I appreciate
You've been told,
that.
I bet. You karaoke, huh?
I haven't been in a while, but I do appreciate.
What's your go-to?
Oh, that's a great question. I've done some. I think it's Tom Jones is his name.
Yeah.
What's the song that he sings?
It's Not Unusual?
Yes.
Yeah.
that one I've done a few times, and then also I love Kalapana. That's my favorite. Naturally, my favorite song.
Good stuff. Good stuff. You know, Tom Jones, he was quite the sex symbol growing up. Yeah. Do you do his moves when you sing that?
Oh no.
Yeah. Have you ever seen him sing that?
A long time ago, I think I've seen him recently.
I don't think I could put that on PBS. He was quite the gyrator, but nevertheless, hey, good job on the Pro City You made Pro City proud just now. Very nice. And so you still coach. I mean, volleyball is still a part of your life. I didn't know you were also the assistant AD there.
Yeah.
So you're still very involved in athletics.
Yeah. I was actually just at supporting our girls volleyball team last night at Kapolei High School. Me and the AD went, so just to kind of support and just be there.
What keeps you wanting to stay involved in high school athletics? And let's talk a little bit about your career shortly, but what is that fulfillment you get?
Well, I think back to just, the coaches that I had and just that program. Like, I just remember that program teaching me more about life than just volleyball itself. And that was such a huge thing to me, emphasizing stuff like being on time, representing your school with pride, how we walk together in the gym. So all the small stuff, like, it made such a huge difference in my life. And for me to have an opportunity to go back and to give back to the school in that way, it's just been awesome. And to work with the next generation is just exciting to be a part of.
I can tell that really had left an impact on who you are today. And the mentors that you had there, the coaches, especially the teachers, the administrators, because here you are today in your professional life, being a part of this amazing, program that's been around for a while now in 2003, but really mentoring and shaping tomorrow's leaders. What's your role exactly with CTL, and what kind of fulfillment do you get out of that?
So I'm one that kind of helps oversee. I'm a co-host with our high school program, which is called Ambassadors. And then I'm also in the classroom as well. So I'm teaching. I have about maybe 7 schools this year. And throughout the week, I go to our weekly classes and I lead leadership classes, all ranging from sophomores all the way through seniors in high school.
So right now, you just literally came from Hawaiʻi, which you attend to teach once a week.
Correct.
And the other schools?
Other schools that I go to are Pro City. So I have 2 classes there, Waipahu High School, Waianae, and then on Thursdays, I go to Hilo and Kea'au.
Okay. So neighbor islands as well. Mm-hmm. Good for you. What do you get out of that?
I mean, just... one, building relationships with them, getting to know them. That's always such a joy for me. When I see them having fun in class, participating, and then even to the point where we get to the end of the year when I get to see them, do reflections, speak about things that they've learned, what this experience was like for them. That's my paycheck, when I hear their stories and what they've learned and how it's made a difference in their life. That's just, I can't ask for anything more than that. It makes all the driving, all the traveling, all the extra work that it makes it all worth it.
Well said. And I can imagine what that feels like to mentor and then to watch maybe a young woman or a young man who was shy or didn't have the voice yet that they knew or didn't know they had inside of them blossom into a young leader. That's good stuff. And you know that you made an impact and made a difference in their lives. What have the students expressed to you, Mr. Chaz? That's that what they call you?
Yeah. I mean, I've have letters that I keep in my desk and just is like examples of like, because of the things that you said in class or the things that you've done, I've grown in a way to be confident enough to try out different things. Even in a leadership role, I'm in charge of a club. I'm leading that, or just trying out a different sport. So just hearing those things, like it just, it's been really awesome and every single student, their moments are different.
Yeah.
But those milestones are huge to hear and to be a part of.
To be a part of, because at one time you were in their shoes, literally. I mean, you've gone through this program, so you know how much of an impact it can have if you're willing to do the work. What was it like as a student to be involved in the process and going through it and learning about yourself and how it made you grow through your, sophomore, junior, senior years in high school?
Definitely. I definitely don't think I would be where I'm at without CTL and just the mindset that I have from this program. I was that shy kid. I didn't have the best grades, and I wasn't too outspoken. But through this program, we had to be in that uncomfortable position of talking to people, making conversations, and even worse, with people we don't know. So pushing that barrier and being in that box of being uncomfortable, CTL kind of forced me to grow. And I think I wouldn't have grown as much if I didn't have this program. And so being able to see what CTL has grown into as well now to today, and being a part of that, I'm just so excited for the future of the organization, the future of Hawaiʻi, the reach that we have with our amazing team it's been so awesome. We're growing so much. And yeah, sky's the limit for CTL because I think the best is still yet to come.
I compare CTL in some ways to what we have here at PBS Hawaii in Hikino, where we are grooming tomorrow's storytellers, but we're doing much more than that. We're really creating the student that's well versed in everything besides, just writing stories. It's about, confidence. It's about deadlines. It's about understanding to work as a team, life skills that they can use in their next steps, whether it be college, military, all of these things. Our alum comes back and says, that helped me so much, prepare me for the next steps. And I imagine that's what CTL has done for you and others who've come before you and after you. But it can't work without mentors, without leaders, young leaders who, like you, have gone through the program, or those who want to make a difference and mentor. So that takes a special person to raise their hand, and you've done so. Why?
I think it's...
I mean, it's not a job. I mean, it's a job. Don't get me wrong. You work. You work your tail off. But for you, I'm sure it's much deeper.
Yeah, I think it's just giving back and gratitude. Even in one of our very first lessons that we have in our high school program, we talk about the ahupua'a and what that has done for the ancient Hawaiians and what it allowed them to do. That message still rings to me today, because if all we did was take and take and take and take, there'd be nothing left, right? And so always having that mindset of I'm going to be giving back to the people that is giving me life, that has supported me. And I think that's what I've learned. And the message has been clear now, even more so, now that I'm back with CTL. Mm-hmm.
In that capacity. Mm-hmm. But there's another part of you that still is a burning desire and chasing something that that is attainable, and you want to be a sports journalist. Mm-hmm. And what are you doing in that space? What have you accomplished? I know you're still involved. So, and where did that come from?
Well, first off, back when I was a young kid, I was a big UH athletics sports fan. I remember having my parents buy me the media guides, and I would study that thing like crazy.
I totally know what you're talking about.
And then I remember watching games on TV, and I remember this iconic voice in Jim Leahy, favorite broadcaster of all time. And I was fortunate enough through a program called Stadium Stars at Aloha Stadium. I got to meet people like Felipe Ohastro, Rob DeMello, Mark Veneri. And through that connection, I was able to, for my senior year, kind of have Jim Leahy as my mentor for my senior project. So I got to go and just kind of just be around him. Him and Pal Eldridge used to have a show in the morning, and just listening and observing and watching them talk about sports. Like, I don't know how they did it, but they just knew so much. The knowledge that they had, and just sitting there and listening to them talk was insane. And then finally, actually, when I was maybe 10 years old, Hawaiʻi had a promotional night called Kids in Control. So it had the kids announcing the kids up to bat, throwing T-shirts on the field. And my dad put my name in for a half an inning on TV. And this is back when I knew who was playing. And so I went in there, and I just remember talking with Jim Leahy. And as a 10-year-old, like, I knew the names. I knew what was going on. And plus, I played baseball during that time, so I knew baseball a little bit. But ever since then, that dream of like, wow, I think this is something that I'm passionate about. I love doing it. And so then through the years of just networking and meeting people, volunteering, I really can't thank my parents enough for driving me to these volunteer places that I'm not getting any paid for, but it's just me to gain experience and observe and to listen. And then finally, maybe about 3 years ago, through some of the old connections, this brand new station was formed called Hawaiʻi Sports Radio Network. And so AC Custodio, Kule Agbayani, Alan Mia, those guys, they took a chance on me, and they say, we wanted to kind of work with you. We know that sports broadcasting was something that you're interested in and you want to do. So I remember maybe 3 years ago, I went under the mentorship of Scott Robbs, and him working with me and just teaching me about radio broadcasting and the things that you need to do has really shaped me into giving me the keys now, because he was there for just the beginning part and say, you know what, I want you to run it. I think you're good to go. And then from then out, I started doing OIA girls volleyball during the fall. And then sometimes I would do some high school football games. And then in the spring, we would do boys volleyball. So it's now been 3 years of doing that. And it's been a dream. I'm still living that dream. And being able to, I guess, do both. And, you know, you talked about career earlier. I'm doing a job that is fulfilling in CTL. And on the flip side, I still get an opportunity to still follow and do the dream that I dreamt about since I was 10 years old. And I've just been super blessed that God has allowed that to happen. And I can't thank him enough for allowing me to have that. And so I've just been really blessed for the opportunities, the people that have supported me throughout this journey. And it's been a heck of a ride. It's been super fun.
The ride is just getting started, my friend. It really is. You mentioned some very impactful names who have helped you in this journey on the sportscasting side and sports journalism side. That program that you went to at the Loa Stadium was born because of my mentor, Les Kiter.
Oh, yes.
Who I wrote for as a producer, and who, I don't know about your age, you know, he mentored me, and he made me believe in me. I would have been a police officer if it wasn't for Les Kiter. I literally was a day away from entering the police force. I was already working at KHON as a weekend sports producer and was producing the sportscast for Les, or the general, in the day, but I was getting anxious because I was getting impatient, waiting, as I too wanted to pursue this dream. And he said, no, you're not. You need to be in this space. And it was because of that I continued. And I called HPD, literally said, not coming, and I'm gonna pursue this, and it all worked out. So Chad, I wish you the best in that run because it is an exciting field, and what you're doing is necessary. It's necessary for people to look at you and say, that's an example of what I can be, I want to be. So continued success to you in that run. Don't stop dreaming.
I appreciate that.
Don't stop chasing it and living it. It means a lot. So you've got so much going on, young man. So you're grooming tomorrow's mentors. I mean, tomorrow's leaders. You're running from high school to high school. Oh, by the way, I still coach. I call games. I'm the assistant AD. When do you sleep?
When I find pockets of time, I try to take a small nap here and there. But yeah, I think the things that I'm learning too now is how important balance is. As much as I want to do all these things, I've learned the importance of balance because burning out is not a good thing to do for anyone. And, unexpected things come up too, right? So, I've been trying to learn that process of how to not have too much, but also help keep everything balanced and aligned. So
that's probably one of the toughest things we can ever try and do is find work balance and life and balance. But it's so very important to our health physically, but also spiritually, emotionally, all of that matters. So never forget that too. Easier said than done as we, pound through a daily grind. I mean, you literally drove just from Waiʻi all the way here to be on this podcast. So I'm grateful for that. You could be taking a nap or probably at the gym somewhere cleaning up something. It's a never-ending process. Well, Pro City has been good for you. I can see that and help shape the man that you are. When you look back, and this is a tough question, but I'll ask it. Who was your mentor? Who was the person that guided you?
Is it okay to have multiple answers for
Of
this?
course. Whoever. it could be the guy upstairs. Whoever you think helped shape the man that you are today.
Yeah. Well, I think giving some credit to the man above. I've been a church kid since as long as I can remember. New Hope Oahu, back when they were at Farrington. So Pastor Wayne Cordero, Pastor Elwin Ahu. So just being around that, I think
good friends.
That was a really good foundation for me. I do think I have to shout out Mr. Arine, who's no longer with us, but he was a big person in elementary at Lehua. Wasn't that good in school, but he found a way to motivate me to get things done. Projects, he would help me out. He would give me baseball cards as rewards because he knew I liked baseball. So I'd be collecting all these baseball cards. And even into high school, I'd say Coach Steph Shigemasa and Coach Reed Shigemasa, who are volleyball coaches. Coach Steph actually coached me in high school, while Coach Reed, who was a former coach for boys, he is now the AD there. And I call them like my volleyball parents. They have taken care of me for so long. And to this day, I coach with them. So I coach club volleyball with them. They taught me a lot about life and just how to think, how to interact with parents, right? How important having a program is, support system, and all those things. So, and I think even to this point, like my parents for mentoring me, never giving up on my dream, right? And supporting me. And, everybody goes through stuff, tough things. And, you it's never too late to thank your parents for the things that they've done for you. Actually my mom just had her birthday a few days ago. So I spent some time with her. But yeah, it's just all those people I just there's so many, but just even Kao Miyashiro, who's the student activities coordinator, he's the one that actually put me into CTL at Pro City High School. So if he didn't do that at that time, I don't know if we'd be sitting here today. So yeah, there's so many people that have just supported me and continue to support me today. And yeah, I just cannot thank them enough.
Good for you. And you know what? Don't ever stop thanking your parents, because we can't do it without our parents. And some of us are blessed to have parents. Mm-hmm. Some of us may not have the parents, but we have people that have guided and helped us along the way. And that's so very important that you understand that, Chaz, because I preach to my kids, and I also preach to some of people in this room, and I've done it everywhere I've gone, and I stay true to it to myself as well. And if you're consistent and genuine about 3 things in life that they don't cost you a penny to do, and you already articulated that. One of them though is being able to say I'm sorry, right, and understanding, acknowledging, and really taking accountability for errors and mistakes, because we ain't nobody perfect. The other one is to say thank you. Thank you to those who have helped you along the way. And, again, thank you doesn't cost you a dime. So I'm sorry, thank you. And the most easiest one is just please. Please. Pleasing not where you're pleading, but please as a way of showing gratitude. So if you do that, all 3 of those consistently and with the genuine heart, you'll always be, you'll always be respected. Okay, because that's all comes with fairness, character, etc. But I'm not here to preach that to you, because you sound like you already have that instilled in you, and I applaud you for that. You will the names that you just listed now. There's a young man or young woman that you're touching right now, as far as in either CTL or in the volleyball realm, or even in the sportscasting world, that's going to say, "Oh, I remember Mr. Chaz helping me." That is the best feeling. Yeah. So I never forget that role that you play right now. Super huge responsibility, but very fulfilling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your final thoughts on your next steps. What does the next 5 years look like for you?
It's a great question. In terms of just trying to survive today, I think that's just been the mindset ever since. But I think being better health-wise, I think that's a big goal that I want to do a better job at in the next 5 years. I honestly still see myself doing all the things that I'm still doing today. Those things, to me, doesn't feel like work. All those things are passions, I think, for me. And so, yeah, I don't really see anything new coming in. We'll see. Who knows what the next thing might come, but I think for now, just I'm enjoying what I'm doing. If a new opportunity does arise, we'll see when we get there. But I think right now I just kind of want to enjoy the ride. I like I said, I've been very blessed to still have a nice balance of things that I enjoy and I get the opportunity to do. So I'm going to enjoy it.
Do so. There's a song like that. Who knows what tomorrow brings, right? But also something that I'll never forget. Les Kiter told me many, many, many years ago, and I'll share this with you. And it was, I was living this dream as well, this gift of going to work and talking about sports all day long. How cool is that? It wasn't work. I was getting paid to talk about sports. But he always told me the day you stop having fun is the day you know you need to get out. And I never forget that, because I never stopped having fun. Just grateful that I could come to work every day. And here I am at PBS Hawaiʻi, and I'm still having fun in this space of storytelling and and sharing and, understanding the responsibility that comes with that. So I wish you the best, Chaz. Nice to meet you.
Oh, thank you. It's been
so
a
nice to
pleasure
meet you, Chaz.
to meet
I wish you the best. CTL's lucky to have you. You're lucky to have CTL.
I am. And
You are.
let me just say thank you to you as well for the things that you're doing for Hawaii, in sharing stories and sharing all these things with Hawaii and highlighting people. And I just want to continue to send the aloha to you for all the things and the efforts that you're putting in. You're doing great things for Hawaii, and thank you so much for everything.
You're welcome. Truly my pleasure. All right, folks, mahalo for joining us. Join us next week, another episode of What School You Went. It was refreshing. Until then, ahuiho.
What School You Went is a PBS Hawaii production. Music by Taimane Gardner. If you enjoyed this episode, let us know on Facebook, Instagram, and tell your friends. You can find us on pbshawaii.org and everywhere you get your podcasts.